tough, he's smart, he's a former Marine, a fearless MAGA fighter.
Vance enlisted in the U.S. Marine Corps in 2003 after graduating from Middletown High School, serving until 2007. He was deployed to Iraq for 6 months in 2005. His deployment was shorter than average compared to his peers, as a combat correspondent, aka military journalist. His role involved writing articles and taking photographs for public affairs, not engaging in combat. Awards received. Vance received standard military honors like the National Defense Service Medal, awarded to nearly all who served during that period, and Global War on Terrorism Service Medal that is routine for Iraq-era service. There's no record of combat awards. In the next clip, what Vance fails to mention is what he did in the war and what he risked. Vance, unlike Tim Waltz, didn't have children, nor was he married. In fact, he hadn't even met his wife yet. JD also wasn't facing an active combat role, making the before-mentioned differences even more stark. Waltz would risk having his kids grow up with a dead dad and his wife be left a widow. Also, thinking of Waltz, he wouldn't probably like dying either, while all JD Vance was risking in Iraq was potential connections he could have made while in the States.
What bothers me about Tim Waltz as a Marine who served his country in uniform, when the United States Marine Corps, when the United States of America asked me to go to Iraq to serve my country, I did it. I did what they asked me to do it, and I did it honorably, and I'm very proud of that service. When Tim Waltz was asked by his country to go to Iraq, you know what he did? He dropped out of the Army and allowed his unit to go without him, a fact that he's been criticized for aggressively by a lot of the people that he served with. I think it's shameful to prepare your unit to go to Iraq, to make a promise that you're going to follow through, and then to drop out right before you actually have to go. I also think it's dishonest. Something, again, if you guys ever get an opportunity to ask Tim Waltz or Kamala Harris some questions, he made this interesting comment that the Kamala Harris campaign put out there, and I bet they're regretting they put it out there now, because he said that and he was making a point about gun control, he said we shouldn't allow weapons that I used in war to be on America's streets. Well, I wonder, Tim Waltz, when were you ever in war? What was this weapon that you carried into war, given that you abandoned your unit right before they went to Iraq, and he has not spent a day in a combat zone? What bothers me about Tim Waltz is the stolen valor garbage. Do not pretend to be something that you're not.